All right, introducing how I keep track of my IEPs and progress. So this is a binder I put together, complete with a quote to help keep me inspired. The important thing is this: to be able to sacrifice at any moment what we are for what we could become. Good, inspiring stuff. So, a tour of how I track progress on IEPs, which is continuously evolving. I started with a master schedule of all students. So this is the master schedule. So it's blocked out by teacher and who is where during what period. So my coworker and I can do some overlapping for inclusion purposes. So that is very handy. So that's my first page, another page of more people. And then this is my initial schedule I had proposed. So I've got some ARD time, some time where ARDs are happening, weekly special ed meetings, the class that I do teach, and various other teachers. Basically, I'll spend 10 to 20 to all period. All periods are about 48 minutes. So there are students all across, all day, every day. So I try and get to who I can, starting with high needs and trying to just meet all the services we've scheduled for them as far as inclusion goes. So here's a listing of many of my students. We're currently having a discussion about how exactly we modify. So this list includes times, the level of support, what subject, and where that student might be in the location of the school building. So that's a continuation. I have about 18 students right now on my caseload. So in addition to that, I track my day, what period I am in, dates, for another binder that I'm calling my daily data logs. So these are typically anecdotal notes, things I've observed, what I'm working on, student attendance to day-by-day basis. So I've stocked myself with tons of paper for that. Made a nifty little next steps sheet so that I can know what I need to do, and a way to chart progress for myself, even action items, dates, follow-up info when I completed it, and any notes related to that. So I found that this is a handier way to kind of, as things come up, as I'm on the move, to make little schedules for myself. So I've got stuff scratched all over the place, everywhere. So quite a few, and I did make a note to myself that I need to add the students' daily schedules to my binders as well, like breakdowns, more than just where are they and with who, as on this page, but like their actual schedules made by the registrar's office. So that way I know the breakdown. Are they in English 2A, English 2B, what's all that? So I also copied the master schedule, so I know what teachers teach self-paced in what period for appropriate placement of my students. And then I've made various copies. This is for my students for particular goals that are created. So this, what is my goal? What do I need to do? Who's going to help me? When will I finish this? So that's something that students can track. And on the back is a calendar. So that can be dished out to any student as needs arise for tracking purposes, and can be put in their binders to help them with study skills or anything like that. And then for some of my kiddos who have behavioral stress, what have you, I designed a self-check. How am I feeling? What kind of day do I want to create? Because I very much want to teach them about how you can really make the decision. So it's a value, so they can tell me one. So each student tells me who do have this as one of their accommodations, and behavior or emotions are an issue for them or a hindrance. So I get a sense of what, according to their words, is a 1. 1 being that which is feeling good, they can stay in school because attendance is a big thing. And then how do they know they're at a 10? What's a comfortable place? What are some commitments they can do in that moment? I've given them a little menu. And then this line here, there it is, would be what they could add themselves. So we go through a little process. So I've also done calendars for each month for the next 3 months, I believe. So there's a monthly version for any goals that come up, ARDs I need to schedule, things that people tell me when I'm on the go, broken down in weekly. And then in each section, I have my students' IEPs with progress report info, goals, anything that would be accommodations, transition, because that's a big thing for many of my students. So paperwork in my place has gone through 4 or 5 different versions since I've started, so much of it will look very different. So I have all my students, even their tax testing, accommodations, and decisions. So anything that might be relevant to education, schedule of services. So anything that's necessary for them throughout the day, so I can reference it really quick and also help teachers. So we have some work samples too. So this has become like my what I rely on most. So that is how I currently track. I can't hand it to you because I need it every day. So just to kind of give you guys a rundown and to complete that particular task. It's just one way of tracking. So, and I'll probably find other ways to kind of update it and have it be most relevant to present needs. And I guess that pretty much sums it up. I'll see y'all Saturday.